going on, Jerome's? Now that the 2022 version of the National Football League draft is in the books, we can take a look at the Vikings offensive depth chart. Now, these are approximations, of course. We have the presumed starters in yellow. We have the rookies in bold and italics. And yes, there are 12 starters, but different personnel packages, etc. Although more 11 personnel, love it, man. Quarterbacks wise, so we got Kirk Cousins, Kellen Mond, Sean Mannion, the tuna fish sandwich of quarterbacks, and as well as vending machine tuna fish sandwich of quarterbacks, as well as Nate Stanley, still in the mix, man. Now, the Vikings had every opportunity. They could have drafted Malik Willis at any point, Sam Howell. They could have drafted Carson Strong at any point as well, but they didn't. So I do think that the Vikings are firmly in on Kellen Mond, potentially grooming him to be the future franchise quarterback. I think that he made an impression at off-season workout program. I think that Kwesi and Kevin O'Connell, just going to see what happens this season, and also give Kellen Mond a full off-season, full training camp, and a full preseason under their tutelage, and then we'll see what happens from there. Of course, Kirk Cousins is going to be the man, and if the Vikings can just protect Kurt in Kevin O'Connell's offense with all those weapons, baby, you'd have a stew going. Running backs wise, the Vikings already had the deepest running back room in the league, but tailbacks, you got Dalvin, you have Madison, who's in the final year of his rookie deal. Dalvin's number 4 now. Love it, man. King Kene and Wangu, who I want to see a larger part of the offense, not just as the best kick returner in the league. I want to see more, man. Ty Chandler is going to come in. He's a true blue third down receiving scat back. I think that he's going to be a lot of fun. I think that he was great value day 3. AJ Rose, last year's preseason MVP, he's back, as well as Bryant Kobach, the UDFA. 2 fullbacks. You got C.J. Ham as well as Jumpin' Jake Vargas, former UNC dude. He was a 2020 UDFA. Of course, C.J. Ham is one of the best fullbacks in the league. Wide receiver-wise, Justin friggin' Jefferson. Truly wide receiver 1 in the NFL. Adam Jerome, Ezekiel Thielen, even at 32, still has some quality game left. KJ Osborne was a non-factor as a rookie, really stepped it up nicely in year 2. Can he step it up even more as in year 3, where the Vikings, they didn't take a wide receiver early on. They had many opportunities. They could have had Jamison Williams or Christian Watson, or invest in wide receiver day 2. But I think it speaks to how they feel about the current wide receiver room, and supplementing with Jalen Naylor in the 6th round, where I think that he is a perfectly capable wide receiver 4 or 5, as well as a punt returner, and work his way up from there. Plus, you have ISM, who was used sparingly, used a little bit towards the end of last season. He's got speed for days. Basically, you're getting an extra rookie in that spot. BC Johnson is back from his torn ACL. He's also in a contract year. Diamond Danjasena, can he be more than just a punt gunner? We'll see. Blake Pearl also coming back from an ACL. Tight ends wise, you got Irv Smith Jr. as your tight end 1. And now Irv, coming back from injury, last year was supposed to be the breakout. It turned out to be the breakout for Tyler Gronklin, who then got paid by the Jets. So Irv, who's in the final year of his rookie deal, can he get paid? Can he springboard? He of course, has the capability of being an offensive weapon, and he's going to get all the work because behind him, there really isn't a tight end, too. I mean, Johnny Munt coming over has been sort of whatever with the Rams. Ben Ellefson is a solid blocking tight end coming over from the Jaguars, former NSU Bison, but he had a knee injury last year. Zach Davidson, last year's 5th-round pick, the pride of Central Missouri. Can he step it up in year 2, as well as you have Nick Muse, the 7th-round pick? Offensive line-wise, you really only have 2 starters who are guaranteed to start, Brian O'Neill and Christian Darrisaw. That's it. The rest of the interior offensive line is completely up in the air. But tackles-wise, I think Blake Brandel showed a nice amount of game last year as a 6th offensive lineman. I think that he will be your swing tackle. Timon Paris last year was a pickup. Vidarian Lowe, a day 3 project where he's got size for days. He just needs to work on refining technique. I think that the coaching staff really likes him as a future project. And then you have Oli Udoh. Interior offensive line. So Ezra, left guard, played phenomenal last year, switching inside. I don't think that he's guaranteed a starting spot, though. I think that everything is going to be up in the air. Garrett Bradberry, interestingly enough, even though he was the poorest performing center in the National Football League in terms of pass blocking last 3 seasons, according to PFF, they didn't sign anyone. They didn't sign J.C. Treader. They didn't bring in Matt Paradise. They didn't draft anyone with a ton of center experience. So unless they plan on switching, I don't know, Ed Ingram or Wyatt Davis to center, Garrett Bradbury is going to be the guy. Now, is this a little bit of hubris on the coaching staff? It's like, hey, we can change him. Chris Reed coming over from the Colts, I think that was a phenomenal signing. I think that he's probably a favorite to start in one of the interior offensive line spots, whether it's right guard, whether it's center. Wyatt Davis, I'm not giving up, man. I'm not giving up on the two-time All-American, the pride of Ohio State University. Go get some with the new staff. Jesse Davis is in the mix. Ed Ingram, the second-round pick out of LSU, phenomenal pass blocker. Maybe he can work his way into the starting lineup. Austin Schlottman has experience with Chris Cooper. Curtis Modkins over from the Broncos. Kyle Hinton, the pride of Washburn. Yeah. And then Josh Sokol coming in from Sacred Heart. So, I mean, the Vikings... The Vikings offense overall didn't make a lot of seismic changes, either in free agency or the draft. They did have some nice supplemental pieces in free agency with Chris Reed and Jesse Davis, but that's really about it. The defense is where a lot of the wholesale changes were made, and we'll follow up on, we'll talk about the defensive depth chart in a future video. But that's it. Let's take a look at the Vikings post-draft offensive depth chart. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work, put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skull Production Value.